are going to continue our study of Chapter 5, Lesson 2 in Social Studies. And Lesson 2 is on the origins of Hinduism. So our big idea today: Hinduism, the largest religion in India today, developed out of ancient Indian beliefs and practices. There are four main ideas. Indian society divided into distinct groups under the Aryans. Remember, those were the people that came in and took over after the Harappan civilization. The Aryans practiced a religion known as Brahmanism. Hinduism developed out of Brahmanism and influences from other cultures. And then the Jains, who are a group of people, reacted to Hinduism by breaking away to form their own religion, which is going to be called Jainism. All right, you're going to watch the video on the following slide about the history of Hinduism. Let's talk about the social divides in Indian culture or in Indian society. So this would be like their social hierarchy, and they're called Varnas. These were the social divisions in Aryan society. At the top, you had the priest. They were called Brahmins. Then underneath the priest, you had the rulers and the warriors, the Kshatriyas. And I'm probably saying that wrong. I think it's Kshatriya. Under them, you had the farmers, craftspeople, and traders, the Vyases. Then the laborers and non-Aryans were the Sudras. And then finally, the outcast, and they were called the Pariah. You're going to watch a video about the Indian caste system on the following slide. Please do that, and their pronunciations of those words would be better than mine. So this is the video you will come back and watch. And this shows you the graphic of the different groups with the example, or they left out the pariah, the outcast. All right, so this is not called a class like we have upper class, middle class, lower class. This is called a caste system, C-A-S-T-E. You were placed in society based on your birth, wealth, or occupation. At one point in time, India had 3,000 different castes. Phew. And individuals could rarely change their caste. So think back to Mesopotamia. Remember, if you were a scribe, you could work your way up. Don't have a lot of that going on in the caste system in India. Under the caste rules, the sutras, the gods, listed all the rules for the caste system, and breaking the rules resulted in transferring to a lower class. So not a lot of moving up, but you can move down if you break the rules. So you're going to watch a video about India's caste system and society on this slide that will help you better understand. So now let's talk about the religions. Brahmanism came from the Aryans because the Aryan priests were called Brahmins, henceforth Brahmanism. They wrote the Vedic text that we talked about in the last lesson, and they were their thoughts about the Vedas, so kind of their scripture, their holy book, their beliefs. The Vedas, Upanishads, and other Vedic texts began blending with beliefs from different cultures, which created the religion of Hinduism. Okay, so it was born out of Brahmanism. The Aryans brought it over. In Hinduism, they have many gods. They believe in reincarnation, which means you can reborn into, or can be reborn into new forms and into new castes. And yes, that would involve even being reborn, say, as a tiger or an elephant. Men and women could both gain what they called salvation within the Hinduism belief, but women were considered inferior, so they were placed below men. You're going to come back and watch the video on the next slide about the Hindu creation story. It's going to, if you're not familiar with Hinduism, it's going to seem really weird to you, but watch it to help you better understand where this religion comes from. And then there's also a brain pop and class link that you're going to log in and watch called Diwali. So here is the video on Hinduism. And then you'll go back and do the brain pop on Diwali. So the god Brahma represents the creator. His 4 faces symbolize the 4 Vedas. So you can see, and then there's one on the back. Shiva, the destroyer. Vishnu is the preserver. So again, go back and watch that video so these will make a little more sense to you. There's something else called karma and Atman, or the soul. So here we have Jainism. About 599 BC, this religion was established by the Jains as an alternative to Hindu ritualism. So Hinduism is still a very ritualistic religion. So the Jains got tired of all those rituals. So they created their own religion. It's based on the teachings of Mahavira, who was a person. He abandoned his life of luxury and became a monk. You'll hear about monks today in like the Catholic religion. There were 4 principles of Jainism: injure no life, tell the truth, do not steal, and own no property. So these are kind of similar to the 10 Commandments that the Hebrews received. But the own no property is something totally new. All right, this is the end of lesson 5.2. You're going to come back tomorrow and watch the following 2 videos about Hinduism and the untouchable kids of India. So do not watch this or this today. You're going to watch those 2 tomorrow. And then next time, we will learn about Buddhism.